So you implemented that, and then over the next week, somehow that turned into like 13 or more $1,000 cash collected.
Yeah.
A little bit
Oh,
of
right now, just with that offer, we are at after 4 weeks, 32,000. Just with that offer.
cool.
The reason why I reached out to you and you were able to help me pretty fast, actually.
It matters a lot, right? Because the instance that you're talking about right there, and a lot of people, because of our background, work with realtors, so it makes a lot of sense. It's a huge niche. There's a lot of people. It's building that low ticket offer, but what you said there was really important. It's doing the low ticket thing that also can earn them enough money to get to the high ticket.
I knew what you guys were able to accomplish with realtors. So for me, it made the most sense to go with like, your team because, we speak the same language, right? So it's easy. That's one of the reasons why I was able to grow fast, I think, because I didn't know anything about it, right?
You guys have a huge benefit now where you don't have to hire and manage labor. Mm-hmm. AI systems can do 80% as well as that would have done. And so that's 100% better than having to do it. So it's an automated process. Then you can still charge a premium for that. Whereas before, as Bianca's well aware, because she was doing this before, you had to hire like multiple people, one person for every so many clients, manage those people, make sure they're good, and they're human. So some of them are good and some of them are bad. So it's a huge opportunity now to use AI systems like that to be able to make that work.
I bought many courses. I forgot the years, coaching programs and stuff like that. Yours is definitely affordable compared to others out there.
Yeah.
And then, you guys are always there for people. I participate in your group coaching session. Like, we get our question answered fast. We are lucky to have you guys. You guys have been in that game for a long time. Okay, so you've seen all type of things, and I think you're the best person to provide answers anytime we have questions. So I think people should trust you, definitely. They should just apply whatever you tell them to do. You can get your return investment like fast. As I said, as long as you apply, as long as you participate in a group coaching session, don't wait everything that you guys put in place for your students because it's working, and you have to do it from day one. Don't wait 2 weeks or 3 weeks to take action. You need to take action as soon as possible. I think the first masterclass that's helped me make money organically on the internet, definitely, because I didn't know how to do it.
That's amazing.
Because I got that guidance, I was also a little bit more confident because I had never done that. I was not even using Facebook. I'll go there from time to check what my friend posted, but I did not know that you could actually make money that way. Don't have any doubt. Just work with those guys because 2 weeks from now you're probably gonna thank them for their help because you will see results, definitely. You need a mentor. You need sometimes multiple mentors, but we're lucky because we have two here. We have Cody, we have Rahul as well. So let's just take advantage of it.
Today, hope everybody is having a fantastic Friday and are about to have a wonderful weekend going into February. We got a good one for you guys today. As always, we like to bring on people who have actually implemented some of the stuff we say so that you guys don't just think we're up here talking to ourselves and tooting our own horns. I want you guys to pay attention to what we teach. And really, I think to drive home that point is to bring on people that have had some success with some of the stuff we teach. Now, Bianca is a wonderful student. She's actually been in the program, I think, twice now. And she works with real estate agents. She works in Quebec, up in Canada, where I'm from. Well, I mean, this is basically compared to the other side of Europe to where I am now, but we'll call it all one place. And she's done a very good job. She's very successful at it. Recently, she did something really cool. She did a re-onboarding call with me, and she was able to actually take just what we did from that call, basically, and turn it into about $13,000 cash collected by the next time she saw me, which was I think 6 days later or 7 days later or something like that. So we're going to go through with her what it was she did to actually achieve that, how we helped her, and how you could potentially see that kind of result yourself if you pay attention. So Bianca, could you just introduce yourself a little bit and say hello to everybody?
Yeah, hi everybody. So my name is Bianca, and so I've been in the agency world for now 3 years and a half. So yes, Cody is right. This is the second time for me joining the program. A lot of things have changed, which is good because, when I reached out to you guys, I had this very serious like problem, let's say, with I feel like we were wasting money running ads. We had to disqualify a lot of people, even though the one that were able to close into paid clients, they were giving us like good money. So it's like a high ticket offer. We're talking about like $6,000 minimum for 3 months, $9,000 for 6 months, and $15,000 for a year. But we felt like, my team and I, we felt like we were losing money because we had to filter so many realtors. And if you know one thing about that niche, you know that most realtors actually struggle. So it's like a big, big, big portion of like the lead that we were disqualifying. So I started to look into the use of AI to kind of like book more appointments for those realtors. I joined another program that you guys are also part of because I was like, okay, if there is a way to automate the appointment setting process with AI without having to rely heavily on appointment setter, that's what I want, definitely. Because in the past, we had appointment setters. It was a lot of headaches. Like, you have to train them, you have to coach them. Sometimes the person like resigned and you have to go and rinse and repeat. So that's something I didn't want. So that's what the situation was when I first reached out to you. And in our first call, you asked me a question about my business, the current services that we were offering. Actually, there was just one, right? It's the high ticket offer. And you came up with that idea of like having a low ticket offer as well, which is something very simple. I really can think about it. Yeah. So we're talking about like running reactivation campaigns with the current database that those people have, because a lot of them don't have the budget to pay for Facebook ads and other type of platform like that. Yeah. So that's literally what happened to me, and the reason why I reached out to you, and you were able to help me pretty fast actually.
It matters a lot, right? Because the instance that you're talking about right there, and a lot of people, because of our background, work with realtors, so it makes a lot of sense. It's a huge niche. There's a lot of people. Yeah. All you're trying to go after is the higher ticket people. You end up doing what you were doing, which is burning a lot of your audience, like not necessarily bringing a lot of them in. And so we call that the flywheel concept, right? And it's building that low ticket offer, but what you said there was really important. It's doing the low ticket thing that also can earn them enough money to get to the high ticket. It's having it that one flows into the other, and it allows you to nurture your whole audience. And you did that. We spent maybe an hour together building out that flywheel and that offer, and then you took that and ran with it, right? So tell me a little bit about so you implemented that, and then over the next week somehow that turned into like 13 or more $1,000 cash collected.
Yeah.
A little bit of
right now, just with that offer, we are at after 4 weeks, 32,000 just with that offer.
Cool. So we're in a month now and we've tripled it. That's amazing.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you walk through the people on this that might be thinking, wow, that $30,000 cash collected off of one little tweak. Can you talk a little bit about, like, how did you implement what we talked about, and how did that maybe translate into those sales for people that might be wanting to do that themselves?
So I run paid ad. Have been doing this for at least like 2 years, and I also use my social media platform to kind of book appointment with people. So I do have a team that will set up the appointments. I do have one guy that also filter those leads. Yep. So getting the lead flow was not a problem for me. It was just like the process of qualifying them and disqualifying them. So now what we do is, like, when we go into those Zoom calls with them, and first of all, before we even get to the Zoom call, I know if they're capable of paying for our high ticket offer or not, because one of the qualification questions that we ask is like, the number of transactions they make on a yearly basis. We ask them, if you don't know the number of transactions, some people will tell you that. We get an idea of like the annual revenue that they make. We also ask them, we are very direct, we tell them this, we have an offer, right? Which is the high ticket offer. we try and tell them a little bit more about like what the features are and the benefits. And if we feel that they cannot afford that at that point, then we schedule a call, a sales call. But I know going into that call that I'm going to pitch the low ticket offer. And honestly, it does not even take time to do that. I think I'm able of closing those people like maybe in less than 30 minutes because it's so cheap, right? Compared to anything else that they used to. And then they already have the database. So we just make sure in our qualification call that there's a CRM called Prospect. I don't think the rest of Canada, English out Canada use it, but it's something like very French. So most all the realtors that are into that in that niche, like in the French part of Canada, are using that CRM. So we make sure that they do have a database first. So I have like all the information that I need to just go and close them. So it's like, yeah, it's very easy, honestly.
And what is the price
just
for that lower ticket thing? What are you charging for that?
It's $750 a month.
Cool. So I mean, for some people, that would be a high ticket for them. So I'm just putting that out there. So like the idea here is, right? No, it's amazing because what it is you're creating a frictionless price point, and you're meeting these people where they're at. So like the conversation we had too was, instead of burning people like and just saying, oh, you're not qualified for this, you create a way to create monetization. And like you're saying, it's easy to sell them into it because they want help. They're there to get help. They just maybe couldn't afford that higher ticket multi-$1,000 thing. So now you're creating a way to keep them nurtured and make them a little bit of money so that they can flow into it. So to me, that's amazing. So to recap what you said, lead flow was already there, but you weren't converting it in a way that would totally optimize your money flow. And so Create allows you to do that. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that's definitely what we're able to accomplish with the idea that you gave us. And you told me how it works, and it made a lot of sense. Like even in one of the coaching sessions, you were saying that industry in the past year was affected negatively, but many things happening in the market. Yeah. So a lot of those realtors don't have money, right? We're lucky to have very good clients that were not affected by anything, but majority of them cannot afford our service. So
yeah, I would say even 90%. There's so millions of realtors in both Canada and the States. And I know you even focus even on a smaller area than that. So it's, a lot of those people were affected. So it's, I mean, at the end of the day, we want to help people. Obviously we got to get paid for it, but this allows you to help more people. And when the market picks back up, which, knock on wood, next year, probably somewhere around there, those people that you now have on your lower ticket thing who are already clients, when they're ready to spend more money, when they're starting to get more deals, right, where are they going to go? They're going to go to you because they're already. So that, to me, that's amazing. Okay, let's take a step back a little bit. How did you originally find out about us at the GSD? Like what actually brought you into our ecosystem?
I was following, I think it was Rahul. The first person I spoke to was Rahul. I don't know, I think it was 3 years ago.
It was a while ago.
Yes. I know Rahul was posting a lot. So I heard about what you guys were doing. And you guys had the same type of agency as well. You're helping realtors.
Yeah.
And I know that at one point I was also part of your Facebook groups. So I bought like a bunch of like lead magnet that you guys had. And I think you even had those master classes, a bunch of things like that. So I knew what you guys were able to accomplish with realtors. So for me, it made the most sense to go with like, your team because, we speak the same language, right? So it's easy. Yeah.
Okay. So would you say that's why you decided to buy from us, is because of obviously all of that? You could tell that we knew what we were doing, but also because we work in the industry, right? In the real estate industry and all that stuff helped you out.
Exactly. From the beginning, to be honest with you, I got mentored by people that were also in the real estate industries, people that had proven, success in that industry. I think it's very important to do so. That one of the reasons why I was able to grow fast, I think, because I didn't know anything about it, right?
Yeah, and I mean, it's interesting that the way that you told your story too is, the ISAs and all of that stuff, and now the AI, because that's literally what we used to teach to what we teach now.
Yeah,
So you used to have
exactly.
the hire the call center people, the ISAs, all that stuff. It's nice now, and this is for everybody out there in the Facebook land. You guys have a huge benefit now where you don't have to hire and manage labor. AI systems can do 80% as well as that would have done. And so that's 100% better than having to do it. So it's an automated process. Then you can still charge a premium for that. Whereas before, as Bianca's well aware, because she was doing this before, you had to hire like multiple people, one person for every so many clients, manage those people, make sure they're good, and they're human. So some of them are good and some of them are bad. So it's a huge opportunity now to use AI systems like that to be able to make that work. So I'm pumped that. Like let's talk about that for a second. How has that affected your scalability, right? Like, do you feel like you can scale better with better margins and all that because of the AI? I know you've only recently started to implement it, but this month that you've been doing that, you've got all this extra cash collected. How has that been for you for scalability?
You can't compare what you can do with AI versus if you use like ISA. Honestly, I was lucky to work with good people, but as you said, they were also like very bad ISA. But at the end of the day, it removed a lot of like time wasted on, as I said, like going and recruiting people, training them, coaching them, and dealing with like sickness and other things like that. AI doesn't take a break, right? AI is always like working, and we are able to take actually more appointment than in the past. So that works pretty well for us.
How have you actually seen the rate? Like I switched my significant other from an ISA to an AI. The AI outperformed the ISA, which I was really surprised about. Like, how have you seen the switch off that you've been doing? Has it been the same amount, a little less, or where have you seen it?
So one of my concern was in, let's say, the quality of the lead, right, or the appointments, and then also the feedback that we receive from clients, because I do have 2 account managers here, right? So we collect feedback all the time from clients, and we did not hear anything negative at all. At the contrary, people were actually very happy, very pleased because they get more appointments. So there is no difference. And then we end up like saving more money because, of course, like we don't need to hire appointment centers as well. So it's very cheap to like implement that strategy.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen the exact same thing, and I was the same way as you. I was very skeptical. I thought the quality would dip. I thought there'd be some kind of complaining, but I figured we could tape it off, and none of that ever happened. So it just ended up being cheaper, better, and it works. So I think AI is the tool of the future, but it's also been surprisingly good how fast it's been. So no, that's absolutely amazing. What do you think? Like, if you had to put it into a short story or a little bit of words, like what's happened to your business as a result of your investments? I'm going to put that plural because you've been in twice. Your investments.
I'm actually very happy about that because, I bought many courses for the years, coaching programs and stuff like that. Yours is definitely affordable compared to others out there.
Yeah.
And then, you guys are always there for people. I participate in your group coaching session. Like, we get our question answered fast, and I think it's a very good program. I think I definitely got my return on investment even more than that, right? So that's great. I think for everybody that listen to this Zoom interview, I think the most important is just to apply what you learn. We are lucky to have you guys. You guys have been in that game for a long time. Okay, so you've seen all type of things, and I think you're the best person to provide answers anytime we have questions. So I think people should trust you, definitely. They should just apply whatever you tell them to do. That's it.
What would you say, like, so somebody new that just hopped in, what would you tell them to expect in month 1? Because you've just kind of redone month 1 yourself, like the first 4 weeks inside the inner circle. What would you say to somebody who's looking to join in? What would they expect in that first month, that first 30 days?
What to expect? I think you can get your return investment like fast. As I said, as long as you apply, as long as you participate in a group coaching session, don't wait. If you have any question, like, be selfish, like just log in and ask your question. That's what you need to do. And I think they should just like take advantage of like everything that you guys put in place for your students because it's working. And you may not even notice that there is maybe a question that you haven't had an answer for yet, and then you join the call and another person asks the question and then you get the answer. So just join the call, get your answer, go back and apply right away, and you will see the results. Honestly, that's the only thing I can tell them. And you have to do it from day one. Don't wait. Don't wait 2 weeks or 3 weeks to like take action. You need to take action as soon as possible.
I mean, that right there, what you just said is huge, because I will tell you there's definitely a correlation between people who procrastinate in the beginning and fall off. Because some of the hardest stuff you got to do is build that foundational stuff in the beginning. And then we talk about it in the GSD, imperfect action, and then being selfish. I love that you repeated that twice, because look, we're not, one of the things we pride ourselves on is, there are programs out there. I don't shit on other people's programs. There's programs out there you get 5 minutes because there's 5 million people on it. And then they're like, you got to stop and you got to go to the next guy. We let people breathe. Like, you can have as much time as you need. Calls go a long time. Sometimes if you need to go first, you ask first, but be selfish and we'll get you there. So that really is a primary thing. So even for all you guys out there, doesn't matter if it's with us or with your own programs or whatever, but be selfish, take imperfect action. That's how you're going to be able to succeed and stuff work.
I also remember that actually 3 years ago, I participated in one of your masterclass. I believe it was the perfect stranger method. And that's how I started to make like money because at that time I was not running ads, right? I didn't have any customer testimonial, nothing. And then, I just apply what you guys taught. And then I use your post that you also shared with the group. And then I just started to post and I started to get to book calls. And, that was one of the first masterclass that helped me make money organically on the internet, definitely, because I didn't know how to do it.
That's amazing. So I'm going to ask you a question, but I'm going to preface it by, I do not take credit for anybody's success, and I know that you've done a lot of shit in between that, but where would you say you were before you took that first masterclass with us, and where are you now? That's what I'd like.
Yes, I mean, no, I did not have any clients. That was the beginning. I had $0 collected, literally. I think even the course that I bought after that, like, it was on a credit card, right? So that was my situation back then. So I feel like because I got like that guidance, I was also like a little bit more confident because I had never done that. I was not even using Facebook. I'll go there from time to check like what my friend posted, but I did not know that you could actually make money that way. So it was definitely an eye opener for me. And since then, you see me on Facebook. I post every single day.
You really do use the perfect stranger method. Amazing. That's crazy. You don't have to answer this because it's a public forum, so you don't have to say it, but where are you at now in your business clients and revenue wise after all this?
So 60K. Yeah.
Well, guys, I know it's just me on this, but I'm pretending there's a bunch of people out there on Facebook clapping. Give some love to me. You go from 0 to 68 months is by implementing and by learning. And again, I'm not one of those people that takes credit for everybody. Like, she worked her ass off. It's 2% us, 90% her, and probably a couple other percentages of a couple other mentors out there. But the takeaway is learn something. What did she just say? She got on a master class and she didn't know how to use Facebook. She took the perfect stranger method and then actually went and used it and learned that she could make money. And she showed up and rebought with us this month. And she did one thing with us and then took that one thing and implemented and got another $30,000, $35,000 cash collected. Implementing immediately after learning something that could work and being okay with it, maybe falling on your face and not working right away and knowing where to get insight on how to do it. That's how you become successful. Leaning into that uncomfortable place of, okay, I learned this thing. I need to borrow this guy's confidence and implement and see if it works. So to me, like that's the biggest message you guys need to take away from this. And no, I'm absolutely thrilled, Bianca. I think it's amazing. So I actually did not know. I did not know that you were started at zero way back when you did it with
Yep.
us. That's amazing. I appreciate you being involved with us for so long. So what would you say if somebody is on the fence out there? One last thing to say. What would you say to them if they were saying, I don't know whether I should work with these guys or not, or I don't know if I should jump in the GST or not?
You should definitely work with them. You know, you can do your own work as anybody else. Like I bought a lot of coaching programs, courses, and I can tell you that it's not all of them that are good. I'm sure you should know by now, but I can tell you that Cody and Raul, they know what they're talking about. So just like sign up for the services and please take advantage of like the knowledge because they have a lot of knowledge. Even I think it was like a week and a half ago, Cody shared one of his like funnel with me that will now help us go and then book more appointments with realtors again using a Facebook group. This is something that I heard people using Facebook group for things like that. I never knew how to do it. Right, I just showed up. I asked the question. He was like, "Oh, this is what we do." He shared his screen and he just like sent me, the snapshot, and then that's exactly what I'm implementing right now. So don't have any doubt. Just like work with those guys because 2 weeks from now you're probably gonna thank them for their help because you will see results definitely.
Amazing, Bianca. Thank you so much. Please drop some love for Bianca. I appreciate you, Bianca. Thank you so much for spending your time with us today. Any last words for everybody, or are you good to go?
No, like if they have any question, they can comment on the post and I'll be more than happy to answer. But good luck, everyone. It's not easy, but honestly, that's why we need mentor, right? Because you need a mentor, you need sometimes multiple mentors, but we're lucky because we have two here. We have Cody, we have Rahul as well. So let's just take advantage of it.
Perfect. Appreciate you, Bianca. See you, everybody, next time.
I see you. Bye.
Bye-bye.